majority of our people. The members in this House may not be culprits in this scheme of betting, Mr. Speaker, but betting, just like alcoholism, betting, just like pornography, is very, very addictive, Mr. Speaker. And there's no way, as a country, we can allow the vulnerable people in our country to be exposed, to be used, sometimes to be, they are so much exposed, Mr. Speaker, because these radio stations have a platform through which they interact with their followers, they interact with the citizens. And it is through this platform, Mr. Speaker, that these betting companies have moved on to register. These radio stations have moved on to register betting firms that can easily be accessed, betting firms that can easily be able to induce, especially the young and the vulnerable people. This country suffers from great unemployment level, and the unemployment level is in the ages of 21 years to around 35 years, Mr. Speaker, most of whom are the youth. This group of people are very, very exposed. This group of people, Mr. Speaker, do not have a source of livelihood. They are almost hopeless because they find that they cannot secure stable employment. They cannot be able to secure a stable source of income. And because of the way the radio stations and these betting companies, Mr. Speaker, keep on inducing these people, they give them some false hope that out of this betting, Mr. Speaker, they'll get some money. But the challenge lies whereby some of the people betting are very young people, Mr. Speaker, who end up using their parents' phone, who end up using the phones of their siblings so as to get some money, Mr. Speaker. And it is true, some of these companies give some small tokens to the said members who end up again pumping the same money in drugs, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, I stand to support this motion and request that the honorable member can research further and find, one, how do we structure the betting companies and the betting business in this country, because there's no way a radio station can today think of having a betting, being a betting company, having a paybill number which is not even licensed in their name, Mr. Speaker. KRA for some time has been chasing after how to raise money in this country. These people raised a lot of money. I keep on asking how much of this money goes back to the country as tax, Mr. Speaker, because we find that they'll be receiving so much shillings, as little as 20 shillings to 1 million people, Mr. Speaker. That comes to a lot of money. But I'm sure these pay bills which are not registered in the same business, Mr. Speaker, are a source of income to these people, and therefore this money is exempted from taxation, Mr. Speaker. Maybe the good member wish to dig deeper and find how the country benefits, how KRA has been able to net in these people, Mr. Speaker, and ensure that as much as these people are able to collect money, they are equally able to pay for the taxes that come from the same, Mr. Speaker. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, the betting age has been capped because a kid as young as 7 years, a kid as young as 10 years, a kid as young as 12 years who can access the phone of the parent, Mr. Speaker, can therefore be able to bet, can therefore place a bet and get some money, Mr. Speaker. We need to control this betting because at that formative age, these kids are not old enough to make independent decisions. These kids are not old enough, Mr. Speaker, to make independent decisions which are sober and upright, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, these radio stations and the betting firms are actually kind of brainwashing this group of people. And therefore, I stand to support this motion and request that, Mr. Speaker, the House stands strong and loud enough to condemn this kind of business. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.